I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on to page 47 on the Grade 2 Discovering Music Theory workbook, and we get the final exercise in the music in context section. And so this is, I suggest, your last opportunity to do a little bit of revision, and then do definitely be brave and try exercise 4 without looking any answers up at all. And then whatever it is that you just find you just can't quite remember, make a note of it, and you know that that's a section that you need to do some revision on before we get to the practice exam paper, which is coming next. So we get a little exercise, a minuet, a little kind of dance style piece by Bach. And we're asked to comment on these questions referring back to this music here. And so, is it true or false that all of the notes in this piece of music can be found in the key of E minor? Well, before we answer that, let's think, what should we be looking for? And we know that E minor is related to the key of G major. Remember, major and minor keys come in pairs, and both G major and E minor have a key signature of F sharps. However, E minor must also have the raised seventh. And so if we count from E, let's count our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. E, F, G, A, B, C, D. The D should be raised, and that is always as an accidental, so we should have a key signature of F sharps and then an accidental dotted throughout the music. Every time we see a D, it will be showing a sharp. Now then, let's see what we've got here. So we have the key signature for G major and E minor, that's correct. And then here we have our final clue that this is indeed E minor, because that's the 7th degree of the scale we're in. The treble clef, every good boy deserves D sharp, and so everything we need, the key signature and the raised 7th, is there. How many complete bars contain only crotchets? So let's have a look. So this is quavers. Here's a bar, that's just crotchets. So there's one. That's quavers. Here we are, just crotchets. The fact that some are legato, some are staccato, doesn't really matter. It's crotchets nevertheless. Here, okay, so these are legato, but they are still crotchets. Now here there is a bar, but it's not a complete bar, and we're asked for complete bars. So we have 1, 2, 3 complete bars of crotchets. Now then, the last note of which bar should be played staccato? So just the last note. So here we have the last note staccato. We got it again in bar 4. So it's either bar 2 or bar 4. And then we get that here. So do always find your answer first and then get to the multiple choice. Don't get confused by looking at the multiple choice first. It'll just throw you off track. And so, which bar shows where the highest note of the melody? So which is the highest note of the melody? So that one looks pretty high. Have we got any higher? So that was pretty high, but this one's higher still because that's on the first ledger line, that's above. So I would suggest this note here is the highest note, and so we've got to figure out now what note is that. So the lines on the stave are every good boy deserves football, that's F. The space is G. The ledger line is A, that's a B. And just to double check, we could count down an octave. 1, 2, counting this as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which takes us to this middle line, every good boy, an octave higher. So we can double check and we are right, that's a B. Now we need to find and name the interval, so the distance between the notes and the last note of bar 5 and the first note of bar 6. So let's have a look. The last note of bar 5 and the first note of bar 6. And we're always counting from the lowest note up. So this is counted as 1. And then the next door note is 2. We've gone one step higher from degree 1 to degree 2, and that's a second. So that's that. Now, where can we see an example of a triplet? A triplet is where we've got 3 in the time of 2, shown with a little number 3 between the 3 beats, the 3. So here we have 3 quaver beats, which this means 3 in the time of 2 quaver beats, and we can see that that's bar 7. There we go. Now then, the 7th degree of the scale can be found in which bar? And so we've already worked out that the 7th degree of the scale is D sharp. So where do we find a D sharp? And we can see that we find it here in bar 7. So we've kind of already done the thinking for that because we know the 7th degree of the scale is raised in a minor key. And so we already know that that's bar 7. And so we have completed all of this chapter now, and that has given us some revision opportunity. And so before you move on to the practice exam paper, which I suggest we do first of all with no help whatsoever, so do go back over these music and context questions that we've done so far to see what caused you some problems, because if you do a little bit of revision on those weak areas now, you'll be ready to take the test to give yourself a final revision opportunity. So do go back and do some revision, especially where these music and context exercises have given you the chance to just kind of find out where you've gone a little bit wrong. So hopefully as you've gone through, you'll have seen where you've struggled and you'll have put a little star, and that will flag where you need to do a little bit of revision. That's a terrible star, isn't it? So hopefully you've used these as an opportunity to help you to know where your weak areas are. So do go back and go through all of these music and context exercises, and then wherever the weak areas are, put back over your grade 2 and grade 1 exercises that use a little bit of work in those areas to help you be prepared, ready for the practice exam paper. But for now, that's that exercise completed, that's that page completed, and that's that chapter completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.